Welcome back to For the Culture Crypto, where we bring blockchain to the block and remember this is not monetary advice. We're talking lifestyle, freedom, and real crypto plays for the culture. Going on, D Bird. This is episode 11, top 5 countries building a crypto future. What you think about it?
Yeah, yeah. I know I always say this, but this still be good. It's something that a lot of people would be into, especially doing that digital nomad lifestyle. And can you make money besides doing gigs on the side? But can you make money in crypto? And what countries are crypto friendly? So I think this is gonna be good as well, man. We're about to get into it and just kind of give you guys our top five, and then in the comments, you give us your top five.
All right, first question. What does it actually mean when you say a country is building a crypto future?
Yeah. What does building a crypto future mean? So, what it means is countries that are actively integrating crypto into their economy. So, when we talk about economy, we're talking about payments, we're talking about banking, law, things of that nature. Also, the countries would be supportive of regulatory framework, right? Instead of being hostile and being very restrictive to crypto. We see that happen a lot more outside of the US. And now we're seeing more and more regulatory easing, if you will, of crypto regulations within the US as people become more and more familiar with it, and things start to look less scammy, if you will. Also, when we talk about countries that are building a crypto future, we're looking at infrastructure, right? So we're talking about exchanges, wallets, payment processors that are accepted widely. So that's what building a crypto future would look like.
Why should someone even think about moving a crypto friendly country? Moving to a crypto friendly country.
Yeah. So why would someone consider relocating? The biggest thing would be tax advantages, and I think we're going to get into some countries in further questions about it. But that's huge, right? Tax advantages. So, here in the U.S., we're not giving out tax advice, but we treat crypto currently a certain way, right? They're still subject to capital gains and things of that nature. You still have to hold it for at least 12 months to not not be taxed at a higher rate. Also, why people would consider relocating would be access to crypto-based services. So as the infrastructure, what we talked about in the first question, starts in a country, starts to build up, now you got crypto-based services, meaning being able to take crypto payments and things of that nature. Also, lifestyle aligned with remote work and global investing. So spoke about before, digital nomad lifestyle, remote work. Crypto would play a huge role into that, integrating into that lifestyle as well.
First on your list, El Salvador, July 2025.
Yeah, and El Salvador, why it's a big deal. So we're talking about the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. Circa September of 2021, El Salvador made that happen. So that's why it's a big deal. Where we first saw a country make it its legal tender, that gave obviously huge legitimacy to Bitcoin, but to cryptocurrency in general. 2025 update, there's government Bitcoin bonds funding infrastructure projects. So now you have bonds that are generally associated with fiat currency, which is fiat is essentially countries' uh, currency. Now you got Bitcoin bonds. So that's huge. Also, growing tourism tied to crypto conferences. So that's why El Salvador is a big deal.
What's the lifestyle like for someone working in crypto?
Yeah, lifestyle. So when we talk about lifestyle in El Salvador, we're talking about low cost of living. So approximately $1,100 US dollars a month and San Salvador for a digital nomad. You have beach towns like El Zante, which are Bitcoin friendly hubs. So these different things that I mentioned are very attractive to that digital nomad uh, person or people who are looking to move to beach towns and low cost of living. That would be the lifestyle in El Salvador.
Let's talk about Portugal. Why has this become a crypto hot?
Yes. Why is Portugal a crypto hotspot? We're talking about long-term crypto tax exemptions. So I spoke a little bit about taxes before, but long-term crypto tax exemptions for individuals uh, until recent reforms, right? So we're talking about 0% tax on crypto for non-habitual residents under certain conditions. So you have to meet those conditions to receive that 0% tax on crypto. For example, in Lisbon, one of Europe's biggest Web3 hubs. So this is why Portugal is a hot spot.
What's the tax situation there for crypto holders?
Yeah, the tax situation in Portugal. So we're looking at new laws circa 2023. Uh, Tax for short-term crypto gains at 28% for residents. Long term, meaning over a year, I spoke about that before in the US as well. 12 months, gains remain tax free for most private investors. So that's the tax situation. It's very attractive there in Portugal. So, if you've ever dreamed of living in a country where crypto is part of the culture, not something to that you have to hide on different wallets or anything like that, definitely go over to fortheculturecrypto.com, grab the free starter kit, and go to the Discord. So, our community, once again, we're here to help, and we're going to continue with these different countries.
All right. Why is the UAE specifically high on your list?
Yes, Dubai. A lot of people, if they can get there, are flocking to Dubai. The reason? 0% personal income tax. Extremely attractive. Just imagine making these 100x, 200x gains in crypto within 12 months, not even having to hold the asset for longer than 12 months and still not even getting taxed. So 0% personal income tax. Extremely attractive there for these digital nomads. Then you have your VARA, which stands for your Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority. Provides clear business rules. So that is what you need. You need something that's clear where long as you can understand the rules and you uh, won't get caught up in a government that changes the rules as they go. Something that's very clear is always attractive. So you got to know the rules so you know when you're winning and when you're losing. Also in the UAE, specifically Dubai, massive networking, meaning major crypto events hosted year round. This is these different items that I named are very attractive to digital nomads.
Are there any catches or downside setting up?
Yeah, everything isn't always good. So there are some downsides, right? Cost of living in Dubai, like near the city center, can be high. We're talking about roughly 3,500 USD a month. Also, visa sponsorships, often tied to job or businesses. So those would be some catches in the UAE, specifically in Dubai.
Tell me about Singapore. What makes it stand out?
Yeah. So what makes Singapore stand out? We're talking about MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. It encourages regulated crypto innovation. So, innovation in crypto is always good. That's what makes Singapore stand out. Also, you have the Asia Pacific Hub for blockchain startups. So, we're talking blockchain startups, cryptocurrency startups. This is great. This is one of the things that makes Singapore stand out. So not just conferences, we're talking about startups, we're talking about business centered around blockchain. Also, strong investor protections. So investing in crypto, you get protected as well. Those are very attractive things when we talk about Singapore as one of the countries, our top countries on this list.
All right. How easy is it to actually move?
Yeah, so moving there. Let's just talk about cost of living. So, believe it or not, it's there could be high living costs. We're talking about 3,800 USD a month for central locations. Also requires a work visa. So, if you're an entrepreneur, you can get an entrepreneur pass or investments. So you got to show that you're creating wealth or bringing value to the country in order to be accepted and move there. So you always got to make sure you follow any regulations that every country has.
How did Estonia make the top 5?
Right. So why Estonia? So a pioneer in e-residency program. So that is attractive as well. Uh, Digital first governance, meaning easy to start and manage a business remotely. So we're talking about the digital nomads being able to travel. And now you can start and manage your business remotely. So we're once again that theme of remote work, remote living is rife in Estonia. Also, we're looking at crypto tax as capital gains, not income for most individuals. So those would be the reasons why Estonia.
If someone had to pick one country for only, where should they go first and why?
Yes, then now it comes down to, we're going to order these countries. So what we have would be first. So if we're talking about lifestyle, if you're looking for lifestyle and community, first on our list would be Portugal. Believe it or not, Portugal would make the cut as number one if your priorities are lifestyle and community. Now, if we're talking about tax and legal certainty, Dubai. We already spoke about how it's a 0% tax, personal tax in Dubai.
No.
So, but the trade-off is the cost of living is high, vice Portugal. Once again. Now, if we're talking about innovation and digital ease, we just talked about it before in question 11. Estonia would make the cut if you're looking for crypto innovation as well as digital ease to run businesses remotely. Estonia would make the cut. So, we gave you three options there to talk about as far as countries that we're looking at that would make the cut as top countries, depending on your priorities. So, what do you think about those, D?
Yeah, man, I wish I could get to Dubai though, but when you hit up about that cost of living, I'm like, oh, oh, oh. But well, crypto gonna have to get. That's fine. That's one of my goals. I get to see. So hopefully, back by crypto, I can get there, see the sites, and enjoy myself there, and not have to worry about how much I'm spending. So hopefully I can do that.
Exactly. I think Dubai would be top on my list as well. So what really surprised me on this list is Estonia. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
Just kind of yeah, as we did the research, I was like, oh man, that was a surprise. They even made it. But believe it or not, Portugal, is still ranked high on the list. And so those would be, definitely surprises to me. Whereas Dubai, I've already heard about Dubai and the taxes. So I figured that would make the cut. But yeah, Portugal and Estonia. Yeah, that's an interesting mix there. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, what you think, man? About those countries, those surprises. What surprises did you find on the list? Yeah, I thought this was a good one. Like D said, go to the website for theculturecrypto.com. Go to our Discord, look at our social media. We're out there, we're making these videos, we're making these posts. So we're trying to get the word out to the masses. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. That concludes episode 11, man. I think that's another one in the books. Good one.
Yep. Another one in the books. See you guys later.
All right, man.